Left and 5. Loop in 5.
Welcome back to the A-Main Performance Hobbies broadcast studio here at the RC Tracks in Las Vegas as we get in for day number 2 of qualifying here at the 2017 Silver State. Our coverage this week brought to you by Team Associated, A-Main Performance Hobbies, and Live Time Scoring Engine, along with AKA Products and Savox. And for this year's Silver State, we're using the best 2 of each driver's 3 run totals to sort the qualifying order for tonight's lower main events, getting into tomorrow's A finals for all 6 classes that are competing. And what that means is that this morning's qualifying run is extra important, especially for those drivers that are on the bubble after yesterday. We had 1 good run and 1 bad run. Drivers like Cody King, Joseph Quagrain, Colin Herzig, and Las Vegas local Kyle Johnson had 1 decent score, 1 not so great. And so this morning, they need to put in a good run if they want a shot at the A-Main. We hope you enjoy it. Watching our coverage this week as we start round 3 of qualifying here with heat number 1 of the 40 and over Nitro Truck class here in Vegas. The winner of this race here in 2 groups of the 40 over Nitro Truck class will set the time to beat. Larry Alexander leading the way so far with Mike Ward second, Brent Aston third, Kerry Lemos fourth, and Daniel Cox rounding out the top 5. Larry Alexander on a 12:7:26 pace. After 2 rounds in this class, Larry Alexander is actually 8th overall, so he's got a good shot at making the A-Main here in 40 over Nitro Truck. He was 8th in round number 1 and 10th in round number 2. And the qualifying heats were randomly sorted for round number 1 and then resorted using each driver's 3 fastest laps consecutively in round number 1. In order to set the order for rounds 2 and 3. So a little bit of a shakeup there, and a little more confusing than it probably needs to be, but it is what it is. See Joe Bornhorst there as the Pro Buggy final heat of the day is turn marshaling here for the first run here on Saturday. Saw Bornhorst along with his Techno RC teammates at the craps table last night at our Silver Sevens hotel. Relatively light turnout here this year for the Silver State. Meant that we got out of here at a decent time last night. Full night's sleep. I don't know what to do with myself. Larry Alexander with a 3.5 second lead on Brent Aston. Aston from Dialed In RC Raceway. Kerry Lemos running in the 3rd position, has the fastest single lap of the race so far at a 36.325. Aston has 2 11th place finishes. He's currently 12th overall. Lemos has a 12 and a 6, so he's 9th overall. So some of the drivers here in this B group of the Nitro Truck class had a pretty good shot at making the A main here for 40 over truck. Alexander, Aston, Lemos, Ward, and Cox top 5. .2 seconds separates the top 3. Losing one car there at the final minute of this qualifying heat, as Larry Alexander hanging on to just an 0.8 of a second advantage on Brent Aston. Top 2 drivers, actually now Aston working on lap 11 of a 12-lap run. Alexander still finishing up lap 10. White, orange, and blue. Larry Alexander's lead over Brent Aston just a half a second. The top 3 drivers all making it by for a 12-lap run. Alexander, Aston, and Lemos separated by 3 seconds. Aston's been right within a second of Alexander on the clock for several laps now, following along with race leader Larry Alexander. Looking to set the early time to beat at a 12:7:33. That would be right in between his 2 runs so far. Alexander's done a 12:7:30 and a 12:7:37. And here he finishes with a 12:7:34. 41 thousandths of a second between Larry Alexander and Brent Aston at the end of this one. Alexander just holding on for the win. Gave up about a half a second on the final lap as Brent Aston tried to close the gap. But it's Alexander